Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski. And Jay, it's been a busy week for both of us, but above all else, the Flabby Four is set.
The Flabby Four is set. Voting begins today, Monday, March 27th. Make sure you go to I'm Fat Pod on Twitter. We're on all sorts of social medias. And next year, we're going to do up I'm March Fatness a little bit bigger, maybe get Instagram involved and all that sort of stuff. But I'm lazy. The problem is, Rick, that March Fatness comes on us very quickly. We're like, oh, it's March? Shit, we should probably get this together.
It really does, especially since both of us, like for work type stuff, our focus is winter sports that, are going at the same time. So,
Well, I already have 10 bracket items for next year, so I'm ahead of the game. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Yes, you can follow us on Twitter at I'm Fat Pod. Same handle at Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're everywhere at I'm Fat Pod. Follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/I'm Fat Podcast. We've got our Patreon page, patreon.com/I'm Fat Pod. We've got our merchandise shop, I'mFatMerch.com. That is powered by TeePublic. If there's not a sale today, there will be one probably at the end of the week. So stock up on your I'm Fat Podcast merch. That helps us out. And anything you buy from TeePublic, please, please, please use our link because we get a little kickback every time you do, even if you're not buying I'm Fat Podcast stuff. A little bit of news. We mentioned it last week. This podcast is no longer part of the Blue Wire Network, so we have moved on we're independent for the moment. Had a couple options out there, but just thought, let's just see how we do on our own. So just a little behind the scenes of what's happening. We are now powered by Spotify Podcast. That is what hosts our podcast. And what that allows us to do is have a little more interaction with everybody. If you're listening on Spotify on your phone, we can put a poll in the show notes and you can vote on that poll. There's ways that coming up that you'll be able to subscribe and get bonus episodes. If you pay us 99 cents a month, you'll have access to a bonus episode we do every month. There's all sorts of stuff we're working on. It's very new. I'm still figuring out the dashboard of the whole thing and how it works, but there's going to be a lot of opportunities to both interact with us, to support us, all sorts of things. So it's very, very exciting. I know that there's a voicemail setting too. Like you can just leave a voicemail for the show via Spotify. The problem is I can't see it because our account is logged in on my account. So I don't have the ability to leave myself a message. So once I figure all that out, we'll let you know about it too. But it's very exciting. So that was a little bit of news we teased last week. And we'll keep our eyes and ears to the ground and see what happens. But for now, this is what we're going to do. And I'm excited about some of the possibilities we have. Nothing changes for you. Everything stays the same. You don't have to resubscribe or anything. But if you want to kick us a 5-star review just for the fun of it, that would be great. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So we need to get to the results from the Elite Eight ATE.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So in the Jay Zawoski region, appetizers for dinner defeated value menus with 58.6% of the vote.
Yeah.
To move on to the Flabby Four. And honestly, I love this one.
It's good.
Because it's how many times do you go somewhere and be like, I would just much rather get 2 apps than an actual entree of something, just because the apps look so good. They're generally more simple. And that's a lot of times, you just want fastball. I need a 95-mile-an-hour fastball down the pipe.
Well, most apps are fried, so it's going to turn out okay for you. So yes, we usually do it for the Super Bowl. We do it for the first Bears game, if it happens to be a night game or whatever the first Bears night game is. Apps for dinner, absolutely. I was kind of like, oh, that's not really what I expected to win. And I don't want to say I was disappointed, but more like kind of surprised.
Yeah.
But man, when you really look at it, it's great.
It really is.
It's something I look forward to all the time.
And I feel like more places are putting more effort into their apps.
Yeah, for sure.
So as opposed to like previously, we're like what, like maybe 10 years ago, it was like everybody's got mozzarella sticks, which mind you were great.
Yeah, fine.
Everybody's got nachos. Everybody's got a couple other things, but it was pretty well standard across the board.
Yeah.
Now you've got more unique stuff, which makes it more valuable.
I agree. Yeah, it is a stronger contender than I gave it credit for. I did give it a 4 seed.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when I seed these things, I don't know if you're the same way. I just kind of do it like as my mind is working in the moment.
Okay.
I kind of have my list. I'm like, okay, what am I most excited about today?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I do it. And at the moment, I was pretty excited about that. So yeah, it went through. I just had a lot of things that like were kind of, I thought they'd make a longer run, but I thought edible cookie dough was going to go farther. I thought the generous Chipotle scoop was going to go farther. Value menus did go pretty far. I was impressed with that. So it was good. I am satisfied with the outcome of my bracket.
Nice. In Charlie's bracket, tacos with 67.2% of the vote defeated donuts despite our logo change on all of our social media for this week, which was not 100% related to that. It's just like it's a good looking logo, especially for social media.
Yeah, and we're going independent, so I thought mix it up for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
A new look.
So I think if I had to wager on what the favorite would be at this point, it's probably tacos.
I kind of agree.
And the thing is, like, I don't want to sway other people's votes or whatever, but I'm kind of hoping it's not tacos, just because we just had burritos last year, and like, I don't know, like I think the one that I'm rooting for is appetizers for dinner.
Well, I think that we should share the DM we got this week. From our buddy John Greenberg of The Athletic.
Yes.
And he was right on it. And I kind of have this, I don't really talk about this much. And I know you kind of agreed with him too when it comes to tacos. So John Greenberg, not a fat, but a P1 of the podcast. And John, we appreciate you. Feel free to write about us anytime you want. And put some QR codes in there for us. That would be helpful.
On The Athletic for those keeping score at home.
So John says, while I voted for tacos over skillet cookie, upon further review, I think tacos are skinny people's idea of decadence. Like how many skinny people write "I love tacos" on their Twitter profile to seem madcap and carefree with their eating habits? Like everyone loves tacos. They're almost a food group these days. I agree with that.
Yes.
It's absolutely a skinny people trying to be a fat person thing. We're going for tacos, Taco Tuesday. Like, dude, to me, tacos are when I'm keeping it light.
Right.
If I want a light lunch, I'm sitting down for 3 tacos.
Yeah.
That's like gluttony. That's not living it up.
You know what tacos are closer to? An appetizer.
Yeah. And I love tacos. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. Yeah. I think the normies are participating.
They are. And that's one variable. Like that's this bracket's version of using a new ball and not telling anybody. Like that's our version of it, where it's interesting just because we get a larger pool of people, which I do think is cool and I do think helps, just because obviously we want to have as much interaction with the voting and with the podcast as possible. So it's all good in that regard. I wanted to make sure I pulled up the bracket. That's why I'm like trying to multitask here. All right. In my region, the 1 seed goes through. So some chalk. Cheese defeated hoodies with 61.4% of the vote. I thought this one I thought might have been a little closer than it ended up being. But cheese is good.
I'll have you know that our buddy Brian refused to vote on this one. he could not make a decision. So out of protest, he sat out the vote.
That's great. It's when I look at, as I'm looking at my region more, I'm happy that it just ran into a buzzsaw in the second round in the in hoodies, but leaning on the grocery cart, I was really hoping would make more of a run.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But it was just I think it's just the way I seeded it because hoodies it's proven to be a buzzsaw, man.
Yeah, it's tough. That was a tough out. But hey, cheese, I think it's coming down to cheese and tacos.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And then in Addie's region, potatoes in all forms, of 58.3% of the vote defeated Chicky Tendies.
Yeah. That was not as close as I thought it would be either. And I will say, as much as I just said it might be cheese and tacos, I could totally see potatoes in all forms because of the way it's written.
Yes.
Doing pretty well in the Flabby Four here. So I don't know. I think it's up for grabs. I don't think apps for dinner is going to win. I think I'm out after this round. I think tacos are going to take it down. But your matchup with Addie is going to be really interesting. That's the one to watch, I think.
Yeah, there might have to be some smack talk going back and forth. Also, just because it's me and Addie talking to each other ever.
Yeah,
there's gonna be smack talk.
That's how she exists. Yes, she is a
Yes.
smack talking tween. The worst.
I'm sure you love every bit of it.
I do. It's wonderful. She's just a lot sometimes. But it's good. She's really in on this too. She gets home from school, gets my phone, goes into one of my other Twitter accounts. I usually don't vote from the CHGO Blackhawks account just so she can get her votes in.
Yeah.
She obviously doesn't have Twitter. See, that's why we need to get like Instagram involved and stuff next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, it will help us reach more people. We'll do it. We'll get in on it. We just got to get those brackets in sooner.
So how many other accounts do you have? Like, because I understand, CHGO Blackhawks, I'm Fat, us. I'm sure you have, I'm sure you've got like a couple burners out there. Like
I still had the Bernstein Rahimi account access. No, I don't anymore. I did for a long time though. No, I don't vote for March Fatness. I do not vote more than once.
Okay.
Now, if
very not Chicago of you.
Well, because I don't want to muddy the waters. But if somebody else is running a poll that I'm invested in, like just for one day, we're like Chipotle or Qdoba, I would go to all my accounts and vote for Chipotle.
Yeah.
Not that I would.
It's a lot of wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
I'm looking forward to it. So the voting for the Flabby Four starts Monday, and then the final is Wednesday.
Yes.
Chris Ranji's been texting me, and he wants us to come on his morning show.
Really?
To talk about March Fatness. I'm like, great. Like, let us know. We'll make it happen. And he's like, my producer's too lazy to send out 2 Zoom links. I go, if you're sending, it's one Zoom link.
Yeah.
And you just plug in 2 email addresses.
Well, you know what Ranji is? Well, he's 2 things. 1, old.
Yes.
B, idiot.
Correct. So. But he was, man, I guess it's a producer issue. And I said, hire Rick Camp.
Yeah.
But then I realized you'd have to move to St. Louis, so I wouldn't do that to you.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. No one wants that.
Right.
So that noise. No, you're not going to St. Louis.
No.
All right. So there it is. Voting begins Monday. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, sorry, you missed it. That's what you get for not listening on the first day. But I'm sure you voted. Make sure you're following us at I'm Fat Pod on Twitter to get those votes in, and all of our social medias at I'm Fat Pod.
Yeah, and if Twitter could not suck and allow, well, in many ways now, but if it could not suck and allow threads to be scheduled, that would be appreciated, because the poll will be posted at exactly when I wake up a clock on Monday morning to hit tweet on it. I'm going to set it up ahead of time and then just be like, that's what it's been.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
Yeah, the first day I set an alarm at 6 to like literally just go to Twitter, hit tweet, and then fall back asleep. And then I was like, we won't be doing that again.
Yeah, screw that. You don't need to do that. I just like that Elon Musk bought something that worked fine and then completely ruined it.
Yep. And
made it. By the way, so are you verified?
No.
Okay, so I'm verified from like back in the day, like when everyone at the store got verified. And now that's going away.
Right.
And then I saw that you can sign up, like if you're a company, like so CHGO was talking about signing up as like you can do like a company account, and then all your little like branches below get their own little verification. It's
Okay.
$1,000 a month. Like, what do you think this is? Like, no one's gonna do that.
Right. No one's smart, at least.
Well, I guess like billion-dollar corporations are like, what's that? Yeah, sure, okay, we'll just fire somebody. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, whatever, we'll do it. But no, it's dumb. It's just ridiculous. It's so stupid. Anyway, last week I failed to tell everybody about our friends at Frato's Culinary Kitchen, so we've got to give them some extra love this week.
Yes.
And they're awesome. 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg, FratosPizza.com, FratosBakery.com. We have told you a lot about the I'm Fat food items, the I'm Fat burger, the I'm Fat pizza, the I'm Fat grilled cheese. We've gone and spoken at length about the giant mozzarella sticks and all that stuff, right? Everything there is so damn good. You've got to go. I'm just looking at their menu right now, and it is just, it's almost like overwhelming with how much amazing stuff they have. Their burger of the month this month, is just it's a handmade smoked apple bacon and beef patty burger. The Irish Reuben corned beef brisket burger.
Oh my God, that's a lot of words, and
that is a lot of words to remember. Yes, but this thing, if corned beef and cabbage is your thing, you need to get the Frato's Pizza right now. 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg. It's got that nice rye bread. Oh man, I'm not a big like cabbage, sauerkraut, like Reuben guy. But if I was ever going to have one, this is the one I would have, because it looks freaking amazing. And it's not just the food. They've got the bakery as well, FratosBakery.com, which has what Rick and I contend is the greatest cookie of all time and the greatest brownies of all time. Not even kidding. Like, if you're looking for a gift, I know Mother's Day is next month, birthdays, whatever, you can order those 2-pound boxes of brownies. They ship right to your house in a pre-wrapped box. It's got nice like confetti in there. It's rope tied, and every item in there, you're like, 2 pounds of brownies. That's a lot for a normie. Every brownie is individually wrapped. So you don't have to worry about like opening the box, having one, and then I got to finish all these in time. I mean, I can, but you know, most people can't do 2 pounds of brownies in a couple days. Every individual item, brownie, cookie, is individually shrink wrapped and sealed, so you don't have to worry about it going bad. It's a great gift idea, FratosBakery.com. But if you want to place a mobile order, an online order at FratosPizza.com, you can save 10% if you use the code I'm Fat. So go visit our friends at Frato's Culinary Kitchen in Schaumburg, 628 South Roselle Road. They are awesome. I apologize for missing it last week. I think just in all the craziness of March Fatness, I'm like, everything. Yes, I did everything, and then just didn't. So my bad. So yeah, make sure you go visit them. Do us a favor. Order from Frato's this week to bail my ass out.
I mean, and when you do, get the Cajun bites.
Yes.
Like, and it's a giant order. It is like, if it's 2 people, that could almost be the meal in and of itself, and they're delicious.
That's everything at Frato's too.
Right.
Like, they're just everything is like this. The portions are huge. Like, you would never think, like, oh, you know, I'm gonna get some mozzarella sticks. Get ready, because an order of mozzarella sticks on its own is a meal.
Yes.
Especially if you're going on, what is it, Sunday, that has the giant like, foot-long mozzarella sticks. No joke. You're like, oh, I'll get 2. It's a meal. It is a meal on its own. Everything at Frato's, it's a great value, huge portions. It's awesome. I'm Fat at checkout on your online order at FratosPizza.com to save 10%.
Okay, so
yeah, you sent me a picture last night.
I had an incident.
Yes, you did.
It was not good. And I did post about this on social medias. I was at a wedding, and congrats to Anthony and Alyssa. You know, so Anthony's good friends with my brother Shane. So I went with Shane to the wedding, and it was awesome. The place it was at was actually like really nice, kind of like an industrial-ish feel type place.
Oh, cool.
It was, as I'm looking up, the Bricks on the Fox in Carpentersville.
Okay.
So really nice place. Like they just like the way they set everything up and did everything awesome. And dinner, great. Had a taco bar set up.
Oh,
Yes. Flour and corn tortillas were there. 3 different types of meat, beans, rice, all the stuff. It was great. So I'm sitting there in the suit. Thankfully, the jacket was off at this point because it was kind of warm in there. And I'm eating the taco. And you know how you always prioritize the back end of a taco because you don't want things to be spilling out of it.
yes.
I did that, and there was a spill on the shirt.
That's not good.
This is a fat guy nightmare, especially when I was at least on the podium for fattest people there. So, and like by the nature of the 2 people getting married being in their like what, probably mid to late 20s, there's still so many people that haven't had their metabolism slow down yet. So I look even more egregious there in general. Not many people really know who I am because I'm there with Shane. I know, like, I know the groom. I know like a couple people from like being around the area, being around West Chicago, but these are a lot of people that are probably looking at, look at that fat MFer, and then that. I'm assuming that's a mix of like beef grease and tomatillo sauce.
By the way, General Egregious was my favorite Star Wars character. I just had to get that out there.
So thankfully, this was towards the end of dinner because we were like one of the last tables to get to go up, and the lights went down after that. So that was a plus. But not going to lie, when I got up to walk around, I made sure to put the coat back on.
Yeah, I usually when you do these things, I try to make you feel better.
There's no coming back from that.
Yeah, you are automatically labeled the fat slob at the wedding.
Yeah,
like it is. This is Hope never understands this too. Anytime I eat something sloppy, I will like if I'm wearing like a shirt that I like. Like I have like this really this Under Armour hoodie that I love. It's blue, just solid blue. It's like the most comfortable thing in the world, and I always take it off when I eat.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Why do you do that?" I'm like, "Because I'm going to spill on it. I'm going to get some." And I am so careful about not spilling on my clothes.
Yeah.
Hope and Addie will be like, they'll just like eat leaning back and just fall, like food just like cascades on them. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm very careful about it. Like I lean my head over all the time because I'm super paranoid about being the fat slob.
I did that too.
Tacos are tough, man, because you're going to pick it up and then you're going to get the drippage down your wrist. It can be hard. It can be, it's a great wedding food. Don't get me wrong.
Yes, it was, and they tasted fantastic.
For a lot of people being that dressed up, that is a risky food to serve at a wedding. That's a lot of dripping, a lot of sauce, a lot of salsa, there's a lot of things that can go wrong with that sort of a meal.
Shockingly. I was the only one, at least that I saw.
Yeah, there's no way you were. There's no way you were the only person that dribbled taco juice on yourself. Well, the answer here is you could either pre-scout, right, and find out what the cuisine is going to be at the wedding, or you just go with the all black, the Johnny Cash wedding outfit.
Yep.
And just call and say whatever. If I spill on myself, I spill on myself, and now I look dark and mysterious, and probably a little slimmer than I actually am because I'm wearing all black. Boom, win. So
yeah, it was. I'll be honest. For a short amount of time, medium amount of time, I was fighting myself a little bit, but thankfully, I didn't do too much moving around after that. So I was able to kind of stay in my place and just kind of become one with the furniture and just be there.
Did you try to treat it? Did you try to get it out?
I mean, I tried dabbing it a little bit, but that was that. But that's about all.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That was actually I love that video so much. I actually added to my list for next year for March Fatness Tide pens.
Tide pens. See, I was gonna say, and you are dating someone who works in the event planning industry. I don't know if I'm allowed to say flat out what she does, so I won't.
Yeah.
But she should be supplying you with Tide sticks anytime
she
you
wasn't.
leave the house.
Yeah, she was. That's true, but she wasn't there.
It doesn't
So
matter. You should have like
a
I have my
stockpile.
podcast like pencil holder.
Yeah.
You should have. I should turn around so you can see. Get that at
Yeah.
imfatmerch.com. You should have that in your cup holder in the car, just like
you mean instead of my hodgepodge of random crap
yes. Well, that's
in
a cool
my,
mug.
huh?
That's a cool mug.
Yeah, it's
That's got to be old.
The 83 division championship.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a collector's item.
Yeah, I like it a
you
lot.
have you ever watched the show What We Do in the Shadows?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it's one of my favorite shows. It's on Hulu, and it's a office style, Parks and Rec style, like like the documentary kind of a thing
Yeah.
about vampires living in Staten Island.
Okay.
It's great. It's really, really funny. But there's this guy who like tends to the vampire, and he's like his caretaker.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, one of the vampires goes on like this killing spree and comes home, and his shirt is just covered in blood.
Yeah.
And the last scene is his assistant Guillermo holding this bloodstained shirt, and he's just got a Tide pen, and he's just like, just like going over the entire shirt.
That's great.
It's such a great visual gag.
Yeah.
But I love that show. I don't know if a lot of people watch it, but it is fantastic. It's great.
Oh.
You should watch it. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Okay, I've got one more note from the wedding. Dessert was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know what, like, I went into this whole thing blind. So then after dinner, I see them starting to, like swap out all the equipment and all that stuff, take down the taco bar, all this. And I see churro cupcakes. Now, for those that are keeping score at home, if you remember, in the Rick Camp region of March Fatness, churros were a 10 seed. So churros are close to my heart. And the wall. The wall. Yeah. Exactly. So I waited a while. I made sure not to be like the first one up there. Especially after being one of the last ones up there for the meal.
Yeah.
I was not going to be one of the first ones up there. So it was essentially a cupcake with like the cinnamon sugar type icing, and then a little like maybe like fifth of a churro on top.
Oh,
with chocolate, stuff with chocolate.
Okay.
So now, mind you, by the time I got there, the churro itself was a little cool. So not quite as light and fluffy as a standard churro would be, but that's due to time. That's me. That's my problem. That's not the cupcake's fault. It was still delicious. And then just that cupcake with like really just like a cinnamon sugar type feel to it was, man, it was so good.
That sounds great. I am typically in the category of cupcakes in general are overrated.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like the cake is always kind of dry on them.
Ooh, this was not dry cake.
Yeah. Well, if it's got filling in it, that's going to solve that problem immediately. And I think you're probably like with the creativeness of the topping, it probably helps a lot. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying if there's a tray of cupcakes, I'm not going to have one.
Right.
But of the like standard party desserts, that's probably my favorite of them.
That's fair. And there were also donut holes with the injectable syringes.
Like a Topgolf?
Yes. I've actually still never been to Topgolf. So I feel like I'm one of the few. It's
great. It's a great date night.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, you should do that.
So, and the only reason I didn't have that is because I went to one of my favorite places, Donut Experiment, earlier in the day. So I'd already had, and I had the donut. So I got 4 donuts because that's the create your own donut place. And we also know how I love my create your own restaurants.
Yes, you
do. So what I pulled the J and I got 4 donuts and figured, okay, well, I'll have 4 halves for breakfast. And then when it's lunchtime, I'll be like, oh, look, 4 halves of donuts.
4 halves. You mean 2 donuts?
Yes.
I love it. I love that I'm changing the world one donut at a time, or one half donut at a time, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God. That's awesome. I have not had donuts in a long time. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's
Yeah,
been
same.
usually like donuts are an opportunity. You
Yeah.
know, like I just haven't. I gotta make a note to have a donut soon.
For me, it's getting out of the house early enough to get stuff that's fresh.
Yeah, because Dunkin' has a pretty short shelf life. Like
Mm-hmm.
you gotta get there probably by like 10:30
Yeah.
if you want to have like still at peak softness. By the way, we're gonna get to an email here
Mhm.
later in the show. You get a free dozen donuts on your birthday at Krispy Kreme. Do you know this?
What?
Yes, we'll get to it. We got an email on it, and I had actually a very similar conversation earlier this week about the very same thing.
Oh,
Yeah, so put that in your phone on your birthday.
yes.
That's a great deal. All right, well, speaking of eating half,
Mm-hmm.
I did the same thing. Yesterday was a weird day for my work schedule because the Hawks played at 4.
Oh, yeah. It kind of just kind of ruins the day.
Yeah, so Hope and I went to lunch,
Mhm.
and then after that, I headed to work, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop and get something to eat. I never know, like, as I'm driving down to work, I'm kind of like
Yes.
deciding as I go. So I'm like, I'm gonna try is that JP Graziano Italian deli on Randolph and Peoria, like in the West
Yeah.
Loop. It's great. JP Graziano, it's been there forever. It's like third generation, like classic Italian deli. So you walk in, there's like a crew of 4 guys who are like, "What do you want, boss? Hey, let me know." And you yell out your order. They start making it. They fill it up, and then here you go. You go over to pay at a window, and there's this lady who's super nice and a little bit flirty and all that stuff. It is seriously like dining in a time machine. I love the place. And oh, by the way, the sandwiches they have are absolutely incredible. I'm going to pull the menu up just as we're talking about this.
Okay.
So you can see it.
How many time machines do you know have a deli in them?
You know what I'm saying, you ass. I'm saying that like it's like an old school kind of a place.
Yes, you went back in time, and
Yes,
yeah.
yes, exactly. Can I remove that? I'm trying to like make this a little more user friendly. I'm still figuring everything out. But so, all right, I got the spicy, which is a hot capicola, pepperoni, hot sopressata, provolone, tomato with lettuce and red wine vinegar and oregano.
Yes.
That to me is a perfect sandwich. And then they also have, we've talked about this before. I like the taste of giardiniera, but I don't like the big crunchy texture of giardiniera.
Sure.
So they have a muffaletta spread, which is like a more finely diced giardiniera.
Yeah.
It's almost like a relish.
Mm-hmm.
I got the spicy on that. Dude, let me tell you, it was awesome. But so I had eaten at noon. I get the sandwich at 3:30, but I'm like, I'm not going to let this sit here. I have to eat some of it now.
Yes. And then you ate all of it?
No, I ate half of it. Game went on. And all I could think about was how excited I was to have the rest of my sandwich when I got home.
Mm-hmm.
I said, like, during the show, I mentioned it twice, I guess. And Greg Boyson's like, you must be really excited because it's like the second time you've mentioned you're going to take your sandwich home tonight. I'm like, oh, sometimes I forget that I say things out loud.
Yep.
You ever do that? Like, you think you said it in your head or vice
Gotten
versa?
in trouble from that because of that before.
Yes. So that's definitely what happened. But here's the one that's super famous.
Okay.
Like probably their most popular sub. And I need a ruling on this, Rick. And I'm not the biggest mustard guy in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is the Mr. G. And anytime I tweet about JP Graziano or whatever, everyone says the Mr. G is the greatest thing you'll ever have. So it's sharp imported provolone,
Okay.
hot sopressata, prosciutto di Parma, Volpe Genoa salami, truffle mustard balsamic vinaigrette, hot oil, marinated Roman style artichoke, fresh basil lettuce with red wine vinegar and oregano. Should I let the fact that I don't love mustard prevent me from ordering the sandwich? Like, I really feel like I should just get it and power through it.
Yeah. And it's like you said it was a truffle something mustard?
Yeah, let me see again. It is a truffle mustard balsamic vinaigrette. So that's one item.
Oh, okay. I would think, yeah, if it's got that good of reviews from people and recommendations, then yeah, I would at least give it a shot.
Yeah. So we went to a place also this week. Me and Brian and Sarah and Hope went to North and Maple in Tinley Park, which is really, really good. And we got an appetizer of pretzels, like hot pretzels. And it had this like mustardy, like stone ground mustard mixed with like heavy whipping cream and something else. It was like a creamy mustard. And I actually really like that. So maybe I'm just trying to open up my mind, man. I'm trying to hold myself back on stuff. And if it's there, I'm going to try it. So I think I'm going to try the Mr. G.
Do it.
I mean, if I don't like it, like what's the end of the world?
Right.
If there's something on there that's like really offensive to me, which I can't imagine would be the case, I'll scrape it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, you're still going to have a delicious sandwich.
Maybe I'll get one today and see how it is. I mean,
report back.
It was excellent. I love that place.
Yeah.
Weeks ago, I was tweeting about it, and then JP Graziano was like responding.
Oh,
like, we should reach out, see what we can do. Because I mean, what it would cost for us, what it costs him to advertise on his podcast, he probably makes about 45 seconds at that place. Because it's like, people like, I was there right before they closed, and like the guy behind the counter like threw up his gave like the 4 down symbol, like the fist. And that just meant it's it. We're not taking anybody else. And people kept coming in and they're like, nope, we're closed. People are really frustrated because they're excited about it and they see people are in there and then they're like, nope, you got rejected. So man, that place is good. JP Graziano Italian Deli on Randolph and Peoria, right at the corner there. There's plenty of like they got that like frontage road street parking along Randolph, and then there's also spots down Peoria, metered spots. So you should be pretty good to go. And the parking meter, the meter maids there are pretty understanding. Like, hey, I gotta get a sandwich. Can I put my lights on here for 5 minutes? Yeah. So anyway, it was really, really good.
Nice.
You know what else was good, Rick? The service at Mazda of Orland Park. Just got our CX-5 service the other day. It was excellent service. Excellent. Went very, very fast. We were in and out of there in like 45 minutes to an hour. Super affordable, low cost. That's the way you want from your car dealership. Go visit them, 8910 West 159th Street. I drive a 2015 CX-5 and a 2022 CX-30. Not at the same time, of course. That would be dangerous. But I am a Mazda customer for life, not only because they're great vehicles, but because of the service experience I've had at Mazda of Orland Park. I love it. It's a great place. I would recommend it to everyone. I do recommend it to everyone. And just like all of our advertisers here on the I'm Fat podcast, we wouldn't tell you about them if we didn't believe in them. And I believe very strongly in the business that Eric Bates does over at Mazda of Orland Park. I know there were some supply chain issues last year, which, delayed delivery of new cars. I've driven past their lot several times. I was there the other day. The showroom is full. The lot is full. If you're looking for a new Mazda, now is the time to buy. Mazda of OrlandPark.com. 708-444-3200. Ask for Eric Vates, and he will get you squared away with your brand new Mazda from Mazda of Orland Park. Speaking of the South Suburbs, Rick, we were out in Tinley Park this week, and I think I've told you my wife's favorite restaurant is SemSem.
Yeah.
159th Street, just east of Harlem there. SemSem is like another create your own kind of a restaurant, but it's all Mediterranean food. So it's gyros, it's shawarma, it's baba ganoush, it's all those things. And I've never been like the biggest fan, even of gyros, because I don't know, I don't love tzatziki sauce. Yeah. I like the taste of the meat and I like the pitas and everything, but I've just never really been able to find it in a way I really like. So in this new mindset of mine, like I'm just going to try new stuff and see what I like. I said to Hope, let's go to SemSem. I will find something I like there. It's not going to be terrible, even if it's not my favorite. Well, let me tell you, I got something that I love and is now quickly become one of my go-to foods in the world. I got their Euro pita, which is on your screen right now. Okay. There's no white sauce in there. Right? Yeah, that's just that's all that is Euro meat, which is, I'm going to say, I'm not the Euro expert by any means, but I can't imagine a better Euro meat than this. Wow. Absolutely terrific. So Euros and a pita. And then I got Arabic salad, which is tomatoes, cucumbers, parsley, lemon, and olive oil, like all chopped up. I wouldn't say as far as like a relish, but like a nice chopped. It's not like a bowl of salad, or it's not like leafy greens. It is like a salsa almost.
Okay.
I have all those things. I also got fried potatoes, which you can see very, very well in the photo there. And when I asked for those, I'm like, just put them in there. I don't know if that, I don't know if they belong, but I'm just going to take them out and eat them anyway. So, little flat, like $50 sized fried potatoes, and then their spicy sauce. And let me tell you, this is one of the best things I've eaten, period.
Wow.
It was incredible. The pita was incredibly soft and warm, fresh. The Euro meat, like I said, is amazing. All the flavors blend so beautifully. So here's how SemSem works. Like I said, it's like a build your own.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to share the menu here as well. Hold on one second as I try to do more than 2 things at once, which is never a good thing because I'm old. I'm bad at stuff. Okay, so there's a menu on your screen.
Okay.
So the first thing you do is you choose your base. So it's a pita, a wrap, or a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you pick the protein: chicken shawarma, steak shawarma, grilled chicken, gyros, which is what I got, and falafel. So grab that. Then you get your toppings. That's where I got the Arabic salad. Next time I might throw some baba ganoush in there as well. Really like baba ganoush. It's good. But there's hummus, baba ganoush, Jerusalem salad, Arabic salad, tabbouleh salad, Turkish salad, cucumber yogurt salad. That sounds good too, actually. And purple cabbage salad. And then they've got lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, onions, pickles, jalapenos, pita chips, chickpea salad, feta cheese, black olives, like all the Mediterranean go-tos, right?
Yeah.
Then there's tahini sauce, garlic sauce, white sauce, and fire sauce. That's what I got. And then they've got fries if you want fries. Why not? And then this thing I noticed too the other day, Rick, the Zinger combo.
Oh.
Actually, chicken fillet, pickles, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, and our special spicy Zinger sauce. That is about as American as it gets.
Yes.
So if you're not sure what you want, they've got all sort of stuff in there for you. I cannot recommend it enough. And Hope is really excited that now I love her favorite place.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's strengthened our marriage, quite frankly. Yeah. And I think I've made up for not bringing her crumble last week.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Until you mentioned it again, and now she remembers it. And now
she mentioned it again yesterday. But
okay.
It's fine. But the address, 6905 West 159th Street in Tinley Park. You've seen it. There's like the Menards right there. There's a Pepe's. There's a Potbelly right around. Like if you go through that lot, like kind of weave through and then turn left, that's where Crumble Cookie is right there. So it's kind of a one-stop shop there.
Yeah.
It's maybe right in front of the Hobby Lobby if I'm trying to map like where the thing is in comparison to, but it's great. SemSem is amazing. Can't recommend it more. And if you're a fan of Euros and you consider yourself a Euros expert, go there and let me know how it compares to your favorite place because it's just fantastic. Nice. So yeah.
So for me this week, I had a quick trip up to Minnesota and back, and on the way back, went to I just didn't want to hit another fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
So where my brother and I got off of 90 to get gas, we're like, okay, let's see if there's anything not like big fast food chain.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, what do you think you're going to see when you're in Onalaska, Wisconsin? Authentic Mexican food. Of course. Yeah. So Shane and I stopped at Betty's Tacos.
Yes.
The address is technically not wrong. 1220 Crossing Meadows Drive. It's a whatever you call a strip mall. So it's like towards the one end of the strip mall. I think it's like Suite 120 for those keeping score at home. And I wanted to do something different than a burrito. So, and especially because, we didn't want to stay too terribly long. Wanted to get in, get out.
Yeah.
So I got a quesadilla.
Mm-hmm.
And man, this quesadilla.
That looks awesome.
Was wonderful. I got a steak quesadilla. Like the meat was chopped up small enough so that way it doesn't necessarily like impinge on the integrity of the quesadilla. But like it's just like with, I'm assuming the flat top that it was on and whatever, just like the seasoning and all that gets into that.
So I was
like,
gonna say, like the tortilla looks like has like a reddish tint to it.
Yeah. I'm
Oof.
telling you, like the seasoning that was on that thing was out of this world. It was legitimately, if not the best, one of the best quesadillas I've ever had in my life. And it was in Onalaska, Wisconsin.
Okay. Hey man,
And
people live everywhere.
right. And they had Doritos to drink. Like
Yeah,
I got a Mexican
that's
Coke.
there. Yeah.
Yep. And Shane got like the Mexican Sprite. I mean,
That's good. That looks so good. What's
it
that?
was fantastic. He got tacos, and he said they were some of the best chicken tacos he's had.
Wow.
So just like all the staples that you would expect at an authentic Mexican place, they have them there. And I'm telling you, whatever seasoning was on whatever surface that got that onto those tortillas, I would lick it if I could.
Wow. Well, that'd probably be hot, but that looks good.
A little bit.
I don't know what that stuff is at the top. Is that like decorative or?
Oh, for me, it was definitely decorative.
Have you ever seen anyone, by the way, jokes aside, like you get the side of lettuce and tomato and your Mexican food?
No.
Does anyone actually eat it?
No. I'll have a little bit of lettuce in tacos. That's fine. But
like, what do you, when they serve it to you as a side? Like, so if you're not watching on YouTube, you should be youtube.com/imfatpodcast. It's like a bed of shredded lettuce with 2 tomatoes on it. Are you supposed to like eat that like a salad? Are you supposed to put it in the quesadilla?
I don't know.
What's the operation there? Or is it like back in the day when you used to just put parsley on your plate for no reason?
Yeah, I think it's more of that. Oh, the tomatillo sauce was fantastic too, by the way.
Okay.
Really good. The red sauce had some heat to it. So basically, like, you got to be ready for it. If you're gonna have it, you can't be 4 hours from home.
Okay, good safety tip.
Yes.
My thing too is sometimes you go to Mexican restaurants and they give you like the big shooters of the green and the red. And they're not always the same. Sometimes the green is hotter, sometimes the red is hotter. You just kind of have to know.
Yeah.
I don't care because I like heat.
Right.
So the hotter the better. But I think for some people that might be a challenge.
Yeah, I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle, a little closer to you, where I like heat, but sometimes my body doesn't like heat as much as I do.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to judge on the day. But yeah, I just did the thing where you just take some of the you just put some of the sauce on your finger, test it out real quick.
Okay.
And then do it that way.
Put on a chip.
Before fully committing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smart.
So yeah, just again, Betty's Tacos in Onalaska, Wisconsin. If you're on a trip up there, you're going to Minnesota, whatever. I think it's like it was like exit 4 in Wisconsin. Okay. So if you're like me and you were like, I need gas desperately, so let's stop here and find anything. That was an awesome, like, just random find that was really, really good.
Sweet. I love when that happens. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the AmFat map. When Betty's Tacos. I know you've got one other place you want to talk about. I have like a little quickie here.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to, so I'll do mine, you do yours, and we'll get to Ask a Fat. Went to Dunkin the other day and I wasn't sure what to get. I didn't want donuts. I wanted like I was in the mood for savory. And like, do you want to try our breakfast tacos? And I said, are they good? And she said, yes. And I said, okay, I'll try it. And as with all things Dunkin' Donuts, the food, meh.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, I know they're a donut shop, but I wish they would just do a little bit better with their food.
Right. If you're gonna have it at all, don't have it be forgettable.
Yeah, and it all has like the same. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it all has like the same kind of taste. And I don't know if it's like a like a cleaning solution taste or like there's some kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sharing the image of them on the screen. And you can also see too, like, I love breakfast tacos, but that is like 90% corn.
Yeah.
And this has like crumbled bacon on it.
Okay.
In reality, they just shove a bunch of bacon strips on there, which isn't bad. But so basically, if you've ever had a wake up wrap at McDonald's or at Dunkin', rather, just imagine a wake up wrap with corn on it.
Oh.
I don't know. I just
Do
wish
better, Dunkin'.
Well, like their donuts are great, and I do like the bacon, egg, and cheese bagel.
Okay.
But everything else, food wise, is kind of
Fine.
Yeah, I wish it was better. Be better, unless you want to advertise, and we love you.
What was better was Friday. Another one of the places in that like little downtown Lombard area that I've been meaning to go to.
Yeah, you've got a jillion of those, by the way.
Yes. Yes,
I did. By the way, just a little aside, I just noticed you have a Billy Bricks pizza by you, which has those little bites, which are the best thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what's the best thing in the world from there?
They have like these little chocolate chip cookie, like little bites.
Oh.
They're like little like triangles, like almost like the size of like a what do you call it? Like a mac and cheese bite.
Yeah.
Like that size triangle. They're like chocolate chip cookie bites like that.
Chocolate chip cookie bites. Billy.
I had them when we did the What About Chicago Danny Parkins thing. Like,
okay.
I did the score. And they like brought food in and they brought a bunch of those. I'm like, F these kids. I'm taking this stuff home.
I was just gonna say, Andrew took a lot of them home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to GroundLevel 105.
Okay.
Which address wise is 105 West St. Charles Street. It's like half a block away from Gnarly Knots and like a block and a half away from Nacho Rita.
God,
so
you are hashtag blessed, man.
Oh, dude.
I'm so envious of you.
It's so great. I love it. And there's still like a deli there that I haven't tried out that has a rooftop, like a rooftop like patio type deal.
That's birds stealing your sandwich.
True.
First thing to come to mind.
That's fair. Well, then you know what you do? You eat the sandwich faster.
Or eat the bird.
Right. After you eat the sandwich.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Go.
No, you're good. So I had the smoked brisket panini.
Oh,
and yeah, like you can just tell. Like I did the old knife test where you like run the knife across the bread and you get all the like it was like toasted to perfection. It was so good.
That looks
like
perfect.
Yeah, and like I got it without it came with grilled onions, so I left those off just because like I don't know if they were diced, I'd be cool with it. If they were like the longer strips, then I'm not cool with it. So I didn't take the chance. And I just had those taken off of there. But I mean, like a good cheddar with the brisket, like with the quality bread and the quality toasting on it, man, it was so good. Like quality
one too.
Yeah. Oh, it was like a garlic fry.
Okay.
And if it wasn't double fried, it was like a really good single fry on there. And the barbecue sauce was like a honey chipotle barbecue sauce.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, dude, it added just that little twist to it to make it unique. And then with those fries, like I was mad at myself while eating this panini that I had not gone there before.
You ass.
Like, yes, and it's like
Tourette's, you're just yelling at yourself.
Right.
Oh, what's wrong with that guy?
Right. It's one of those places where it's like I don't know if quaint is the right word for what it's like in there, but there's like, maybe a dozen tables, 15 at most.
Sure.
And just like really like a really cool vibe in there, laid back. And they've got a ton of different options. I got like an old fashioned too. It was like this.
Ooh.
They have their like house special old fashioned that was good. So like I walked out of that meal like enormously satisfied and happy that there's like yet another place that's within walking distance to me to where it's like, oh yeah, I can walk somewhere and maybe be slightly more healthy and then eat the food and then it cancels it out. But still wonderful. So highly, highly recommend GroundLevel 105 in downtown Lombard.
That looks good. That looks fantastic. I'm going to add all these to the I'm Fat map in time for the show. If I don't, it'll get there. Just remind me. But yeah, I'm going to add Betty's Tacos, Ground Level 105, SemSem. If I haven't done that yet, everything that we talk about, aside from Dunkin' Donuts and their weird breakfast tacos, is added to the I'm Fat map because you don't need a map to Dunkin'
And my
Donuts.
Taco Bell that's never open.
A never open Taco Bell. Exactly. That's the point. What is the point of adding that? I've got I do have one more little thing. 2 weeks ago, our episode got long last week, and it's getting long today, so we'll hurry through this. I went to like an old classic barbecue place that I've seen a million times called Mindy's in Tinley Park. I'm trying to get the address here, but this place it's very, very old school. Actually, it's Mokina, 9610 191st Street. It's right there on the north side of the street. Great barbecue, not like a classic like a smokehouse barbecue, but like closer to a patio kind of a place, or be similar to what you were describing, but almost as like a Portillo's feel in there, like a bunch of old timey crap on the walls, and but just really, really good. Just wanted to shout that place out because a place I had seen and had been like thinking about visiting for years and years and years, and then never did it, and then I was finally able to do it. So I'm glad I got it. It was fun. All right, is it time, Rick, to ask the Fats?
Oh, it is past time.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the Fats.
Ask a Fat, as always, is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy, and here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, jardinera, and Cajun bacon. Bacon jams are the original, the bourbon, the mango habanero, and the habanero honey. I still won't try the Malort bacon. I'm just not that anxious about it. I did test out a couple new recipes, sriracha bacon and 6-pepper bacon. You'll see some social media posts about that this week when I get to eventually slice it and taste it, but still leave that Malort on the shelf. All the merchandise is available, and keep an eye out for a new t-shirt design. Should be coming soon. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
I spoke to Charlie this week with a update on the sriracha and the pepper bacon.
Yeah.
Surprise into his. He was not too thrilled with the sriracha bacon. Didn't turn out as well as he thought it would. So I think he's going to shelf that idea, but said the pepper bacon was absolutely terrific. So look for that soon. How do you get bacon from Charlie? Really easy. Charlie the Bacon Guy at gmail.com. You can find him on Instagram at Charlie the Bacon Guy, and I recommend that so you can see the bacon making process and take a look at what you're ordering. And he's on Twitter at CZ the Bacon Guy. We got down on some bacon jam last night, the cherry jalapeno, which is just incredible. The bacon jam is killer. I have found out the best vehicle, Rick, for bacon jam is Fritos Scoops.
Oh, I can see that.
Yes, that is the best vehicle. I actually prefer the organic corn dippers from Trader Joe's. They're better than Frito Scoops, but it's their version of Frito Scoops. But if you're not near Trader Joe's, the Frito Scoops proper will work just perfectly for bacon jam. It's so great. Get some. Charlie the Bacon Guy at gmail.com. Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram at CZ the Bacon Guy on the old Twitter machine. All right, we do not have any voicemails this week. If you'd like to leave us one, feel free, 708-858-3314. But instead of a voicemail, we have something just as exciting.
We kind of buried the lead here, honestly.
We did a little bit, but this is a payoff for people that listen to the whole episode. We have news from our Culver's Insider. Coming soon to a Culver's near you for a limited time. The Smokehouse Barbecue Cheddar Sandwich. As my friend Rick likes to say, no bad words there. The cheddar cheese bun is a wonderful compliment.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The cheddar cheese bun.
The bun?
We cannot just glance, go right past that.
You're right.
It's a cheddar cheese bun.
It is a cheddar cheese bun. And I know you're waiting for the sound effect, but I'm trying to find the picture of the sandwich. There it is. Okay. I found it. Now I got to go find the bun sound effect. Rick, it's too much for me to do. All right.
The bun?
There we go. All right. Yes, the cheddar cheese bun. All right. Ready for the rest of it?
Yes.
I'm going to start over. The cheddar cheese bun is a wonderful complement to the flavorful ingredients within the Smokehouse Barbecue cheddar sandwich. Choose either a burger or chicken fillet with
Nice.
crispy onion rings,
Yes.
sweet and tangy barbecue sauce,
Yes.
cheddar cheese,
Yes. Although maybe a little gratuitous.
pickle, and mayo.
Well, I don't know about the mayo. Get your mayo out of here, but the rest of it, yes.
It's an ultimate combination. That is from our Culver's Insider. We are hashtag blessed to have them. We appreciate it. But what excites me about this is it's not just a burger. There's a chicken option too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheddar also great on chicken.
Yeah, cheddar great on everything. And the onion ring. Oh,
Yeah, that's clutch.
yeah. And of course, the cheddar cheese.
The bun?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I
And
mean,
by the way, don't you have a story about Blammer's guy?
okay. So I don't quite know this. Okay, let me pull up the text here. So
Matt,
Sam texts me out of the blue. Oh, this is gonna be a problem because I have no idea how far I have to scroll back for this.
the bun?
That essentially someone she knows works with Blammer's guy. To the point of being like, I don't know how like I came up or whatever to where it's like, oh, he put me on the radio before with the menage a trois sandwich.
Yes.
And I was like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, okay. So works with a guy I know. And apparently she said, tell him I work with a guy he brought on the radio to make fun of, the menage a trois guy.
We did not make fun of him.
No, we celebrated him.
We celebrated him. And for those that don't know, and then have only heard,
The bun?
the whole menage a trois sandwich was hot
The
dog.
fact that the clip is not there anymore is
I'm gonna search for it now that Layla's back there. I think they can
Mhm.
find it from the archives for her. So what it is hot dog bun,
Mhm.
The bun?
a corn dog
Yep.
in the hot dog bun. De-stick it, right, which is key because you don't want to choke on the stick.
Right.
So you
Good-
pull the
good
corn
move.
dog in the bun, pull the stick out.
Yeah.
Then wasn't it nacho cheese? Or no, was it chili?
I don't remember.
I think it was chili.
Okay.
And then it's okie doke popcorn
Yes.
smashed on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then Blammers. It's what the guy said after he demonstrated how to make it. And that is the menage. Yeah, so it's 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
The bun, the corn dog, the chili. That'd be 4. I guess you don't count the bun as an
Right.
ingredient. Corn dog, chili, or maybe it was nacho cheese and the okie doke popcorn. Yeah.
It's incredible.
I'm going to Google it. I think it's still there.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what the context of the video was. Like,
tailgaters, like TA,
yeah.
but like tail, like telling a tale.
Okay.
There's
that
NBC
was so awesome.
Sports Chicago.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm still like looking at our email file and like I'm staring at this Culver sandwich.
Yeah, I know. It's
Dude, it's
incredible.
there is 0 chance this is bad.
All right, I can't find this, so
It's
I'll find
fine.
it. We'll get the whole thing. We'll find the whole thing. Okay. Next email, a quickie here from Matt in Cincinnati. He says, this will be short and sweet. You have to check out Bonchon Korean fried chicken. We'll be close to, if not the best chicken you've ever had. Just check the map. They're all over up there. Rick, don't let the Korean spook you. He has Korean in quotes. I don't think he's talking about a specific Korean person.
Right.
Just amazing chicken, Matt in Cincy. Bonchon Korean fried chicken. I'm going to look up the menu here and tell you where they are.
That is exciting.
Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, it's fried chicken. It's chicken. It's fried chicken. That's another kid you got to find.
Yeah, right. We got to put him on the podcast.
Oh, Tinley. Okay, here. Tinley Park, 18305 South of Grange. Chicago South China Place. I assume that's Chinatown. Yeah, 2163 South China Place.
Okay.
Bolingbrook, 635 East Boughton. 1732 West Division in Chicago, 4302 East New York Street in Aurora, 5237. Yes.
yes.
Okay. This is very easy to find. Locations.bonchon.com. BONCHON.com. I'm on it. I will take care of this. I will try it for the good of the podcast because that's the kind of guy I am, damn it.
I think the Aurora one might be close to one of my jobs. So
Okay.
that should make it pretty easy for me to be able to get there too.
Nice.
We should probably wrap on that because we're already like an hour plus.
Long. I'm trying to see if there. Oh, no, we got to pay off the birthday thing. Let me do this real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So our buddy Popcorn Andy wrote us and said, I had an amazing discovery on my birthday. There are a ton of places that give you free food for your birthday. My wife and I went to all these establishments to get free food. For some, you need their app. For others, you need to sign up online. Some, you just walk in. Okay, so here's the list.
Okay.
Panera gives you a free pastry.
Okay. Glorified hospital food.
Correct. Portillo's gives you a free chocolate cake slice.
Nice.
Nothing Bunt Cakes gives you a free bunt cake.
That's cool.
Corner Bakery, you get a cookie or a shake.
Okay.
Arby's, you get a shake.
Oh, their shakes are good too.
Jamocha. Jersey Mike's, you get a regular sub and a pap. That's a great deal.
Yeah, it is.
Chipotle gives you chips and salsa.
Okay.
Culver's gives you ice cream.
Yes.
Chili's gives you a lava cake.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Coffee from Starbucks and Dunkin.
Okay.
Ice cream from 31 Flavors and Cold Stone. And I had a conversation with a mother of one of my softball players this week because it is the softball player's birthday, and they did the same kind of a thing. They went to like Bath and Body Works and got like a free body lotion. There's like all this stuff you can do. That's where I heard about the free dozen donuts on your birthday from Krispy Kreme. So add that to that list.
Might need to put it at the top of that list.
Is why you stay tuned for all 1 hour and 7 minutes and counting of the I'm Fat podcast, because we have your back when other podcasts don't.
Right.
Don't forget it, jerks.
Follow us on all of our social media at I'm Fat Pod. Today, make sure you're voting on the Flabby Four. Wednesday, you're voting on who gets into the Onion Ring of Honor. At I'm fatpod at gmail.com. You should email us stuff or leave us a voicemail, 708-858-3314. Patreon, check it out if you like. I'mFatMerch.com for your TeePublic needs from us or from others, even if it's not from us. Please use the old TeePublic link for us. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe and then like each video. That helps us out a ton, even if you don't end up watching it. And then subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to help us juke the numbers on the regular podcast feed. Leave us that 5-star rating and a review. Helps us out a ton, especially now that we are independent. And the best thing you can do is check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. So for Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
I hope you have a fantastic day.